Yeah, well, sure, Wiley X Captivate lens tech isn't new, but it's still very exciting, and I want to talk to you about the Polarized Red Mirror lens, so stick around. Hello and welcome, I'm Eyeglass Tyler. Today we're going to be checking out the Wiley X Captivate Polarized Red Mirror lens. We're going to see what makes this lens stand out among the Captivate collection and ultimately to help you decide if it's the best match for you and your next pair of Wiley X sunglasses. If at the end of this you are ready to order, do not forget about SportRx and definitely don't forget about our See Better guarantee, because with that, you're never stuck with something that you don't like or doesn't work for you. You have as long as 45 days with them to figure that out, even if you get them in prescription, and then we'll take care of you no matter what that means on our end. So much peace of mind. And also, if you want to get it right the first time, you can always reach out to our opticians. Very friendly, very knowledgeable, and would love to help you out. Let's talk about this lens. Before getting into the nitty-gritty about the Red Mirror lens, I want to first give you a little brief overview of the Captivate lens tech and what it has to offer and why we at SportRx love it so much. It really has everything to do with enhanced color. The Captivate lenses filter out confusing light in the color spectrum that is difficult for the human eye to separate on its own naturally, and by doing so, you get a much more true color experience and even greater clarity. You also get with some of the lenses, not with the Red Mirror, but there are other lenses if you're interested in this, greater contrast. You get more contrast out of this than your typical gray lens thanks to everything that the Captivate lens tech does. However, there are some that are really contrast enhancing, and if you're looking for that, check out the other videos that we have done in the Captivate collection. This one's going to be a little more neutral, and I'll get into that in just a moment. Other things that you can expect and get out of the Captivate lens tech is better depth perception. And that's thanks to that separating and enhancing of colors in the color spectrum. It makes it so that you can more easily read and identify and understand your surroundings. Also, of course, these are sunglasses, so they're going to protect your eyes, and they are going to do so by blocking all of the harmful UV rays as well as bad blue light. If you're unfamiliar with what that is, we've done videos on it. There is tons of information out there. The technical term for it is HEV, which is high energy visible radiation. And that is the damaging end of the light spectrum that's right after UV. And it's in the short wave blue light that is damaging. And this takes care of that, so you know that you are going to be protected. Now, let's get into the specifics of the Red Mirror. So with the Captivate Polarized Red Mirror, you are going to get a gray base. And that was what I was referring to earlier when I said it's not as contrast enhancing, because the gray base is going to be a little more neutral. It's not going to make colors pop as much, but it's going to block and absorb a lot of light transmission. It is going to, of course, thanks to the polarized lens, reduce glare. It's going to minimize reflected light bouncing off of other surfaces, and thanks to that mirror coating, it's going to reflect back that much more light. The Red Mirror lens with the gray base does help to enhance greens while keeping most colors pretty neutral across the board. So if you're looking for a really good dark lens that has a fun red finish on it, but is just a really good lens to block light transmission in really, really bright conditions, this is a great option for you. And with the VLT, that is to say visible light transmission at 10%, this is the darkest lens in the collection. And so if you were looking for the darkest of the dark, you found it. Hey, if you're liking this content, but maybe you have additional questions about Captivate lenses, or perhaps you have prescription needs, well, be sure to reach out to one of our very friendly and knowledgeable SportRx opticians, because they're eagerly awaiting your call. And for even more Wiley X frame reviews, unboxings, prescription Captivate content, check out our videos and blogs. We'll put a link in the description below. So now that we've talked about what to expect out of the lens itself, who do we recommend it for? Well, I kind of have given a little bit of insight into that. The people looking for the darkest of the dark lens, people that like the color red, of course. If you want it to be a really good natural color perception lens that is going to cut a ton of light transmission, then this one is for you. So of course, then if you live in really bright sunny areas like us here in sunny San Diego, a good option for you. If you're looking for a really good all-around lens, driving, hiking, any outdoor activity where you're in bright conditions, a really good lens for you. And open waters, that's really a big one for this, that where this really shines. This is a fun thing to say with talking about it being a mirrored lens. It very much is a great lens for deep sea fishing, being out there. So really bright reflective areas, especially thanks to that polarized lens, is going to be a good idea for this lens color, especially things like if you're out on a boat, offshore fishing, because usually you don't have a lot of cover outside of maybe a hat. This is going to be a really good lens for you, and it's going to absorb the most light transmission. And really, I would say there's no wrong way to use this lens. It's going to be amazing for you. Some of the other benefits to expect out of this lens, and let's talk about coatings for a moment. Oleophobic, hydrophobic, that means that it prevents water, oil, dirt, and dust from sticking to the lenses, so they are going to stay cleaner. They're going to be easier to clean. They're going to be harder to smudge and less pesky water spots. Really just a good coating for not having to fuss with it as much. In terms of scratch resistance, we got to talk about that Bayer abrasion test. What is that? That's a way of rating how scratch resistant lenses are. And what they do is they take an uncoated lens that is right next to your coated lens, and then they scratch them up. And how much less scratched your coating gets gives you that rating. And a Bayer 4 rating or higher is considered a premium lens coating, and the Captivate lenses land on a Bayer 7 rating. So you know you can count on them being very, very scratch resistant and very durable. And by the way, available in prescription. I love it when I get to say that, because I wear prescription, and that means that I get to take advantage of this amazing tint technology, as can all of you other prescription wearers. Of course, there are ranges, so definitely reach out to our SportRx opticians, and they will help you to know if your prescription is compatible, but I'll bet you it is. So that wraps it up for everything you need to know about the Captivate Polarized Red Mirror lens. I hope you were much more equipped to know what to expect out of this lens and whether or not it's right for you. Again, do not forget about our See Better guarantee. I think it gives you a ton of peace of mind. You definitely want to be sure that you know we're going to take care of you, and I think that that is evident thanks to that See Better guarantee. And again, if you want even more peace of mind, do not hesitate to reach out to our opticians, because they love hearing from you and they'll help you. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope this was interesting or valuable information. If so, throw us a like, because that helps us out. You can find relevant videos over here, and also we have great content on our social media outlets. I think you should check us out there too, because I think you'll like it. And you can find us at SportRx.